Hi, you guys. This video is going to be about my thoughts on the upcoming MJ biopic that is going to be done with one of the creators from the Bohemian Rhapsody biopic that was featured, that was done on Freddie Mercury and Queen. I honestly don't think that Michael's whole life story can be told in 2 hours. There's only two movies that were able to do this. First one was The Jacksons' American Dream, this was about a 5 hour miniseries because it was broken down into two parts. First part was having to do with Michael's early life before the Jackson 5, and then him shooting into superstardom with the Jackson 5. And then the second part being, him having struggles within the band, trying to find, himself as an artist and work as a solo artist. And then going to the Thriller era into the Motown 25 performance and into the Victory Tour. Okay. Um, that's where it ended. The other one that was able to do this was Searching for Neverland. Searching for Neverland focused on a later part of his life, which involved his life with his kids and him trying to find balance and peace after being acquitted in 2005. Him being paranoid, him feeling like he was a caged animal because he couldn't go anywhere. The things that we normal people take for granted, he couldn't do. He couldn't go to the store and go grocery shopping. He couldn't go to the bar to go get drunk if he wanted to because of his superstar status. He couldn't date like everybody else. Everybody else takes dating and marriage for granted. This man could not have a normal life and be a pop star. He managed to date a couple of women. He did not make these women public knowledge. Okay, he preferred to have that part of his life private for various reasons. Okay. Um he went on to date and marry Lisa Marie Presley, his first wife. He felt that he wanted to have children with her, and she wasn't ready. So therefore, he goes to Debbie and he says, "Debbie, Lisa's not giving me any children. Can you help?" She kindly offered to be the surrogate. Matter of fact, I think I read somewhere it was supposed to be the surrogate for Lisa and Michael, but Lisa was not too happy with that. She felt like it was done behind her back. And she also felt like she had to fight for a spot, so she felt insulted. So she got pissed off and told him just go ahead and do it. Um, Debbie got pregnant with their son, Prince Michael Jackson Jr. Prince Michael Jackson Jr. Had him on February 13th, 1997. Okay. Shortly after he was born, they found out that they were pregnant with daughter Paris. Daughter Paris came into the world, but was born um, with complications. She had complications during her birth. The umbilical cord was wrapped around her neck, so it took her longer to come out of the womb. But she came out, and he ended up having another child, a son, BG, February 2002. In November that same year, he showed BG off to the world in Germany for the very first time. And then he did with Michael Jackson with Martin Bashir to show everyone this is my life, this is what I have to endure. And Michael received heavy criticism for how he talked about how he shared his bed with children. This is what led to the upcoming allegations in '03 against him. This was what set it off because people were saying, oh, a 45-year-old man should not be sharing his bed with children. Now, when this is brought up, okay, When this is brought up, people automatically think, oh, Michael Jackson sleeps in the bed with the child. No, Michael gave his bed to Gavin and said, you take the bed, I'll sleep on the floor. It's fine. But everybody that hears the word bed in that context automatically thinks sex. That's not where Michael's mind was at that time. Okay. Um, but that's what started the whole process with the second set of allegations in '05. First set of allegations was an extortion attempt to gain money from Michael through extortion, blackmail. Um, Michael took bad legal advice from someone within his team and settled out of court. But here's the thing: that money did not come from Michael himself. That came from his insurance company. During the 1993 allegations, Michael had to cancel the Dangerous tour because he had developed a addiction to painkillers because his scalp got burned in 1984 during a Pepsi commercial. This man suffered a burn that was the size of $0.50, which then led to him having a process called ballooning, where they take air and they insert it underneath your scalp, underneath your skull, to open that part of your head up so that they can do skin grafting on your head for an injury like that. And he never fully recovered from that. He never fully recovered from that. There is a video that has surfaced of Michael doing a photo shoot. I think this is '07 or '08, 2007, 2008, where he did a photo shoot and someone was trying to style his hair and they touched the part of his scalp that got burned and it hurt. And he stood there and cried because it hurt so bad. Um, anyway, um, not leaving Neverland, living with Michael Jackson set off the allegations for 2003, 2005. Michael gets acquitted on all 14 counts. He had a solid alibi. He gave statements. He said, "This is where I was. I was not home when these children were at my house." And there were 70 police officers that raided his house and tore it to shreds. And he never went back there because he felt that was his safe place. That was his safe space where he could just be himself and allow inner city kids to come and be a part of it and get to experience going on rides and having junk food and riding all these rides and having all this stuff, get to enjoy being a kid. And all of that went down the toilet. Okay. 2007, 2008, we hear that he's got some financial issues going on. um you know, that he's broke. um Michael's brother Jermaine um got him in touch with Dr. Tome, who was not who was a shady person as well, because this man did not let Michael see his finances. Michael was being shut out from family. I mean, there's no way that Michael's whole life can be told in 2 hours. Okay. The closest movies that came to doing that were Jackson's American Dream, which was released in 1992. That was a two-part event that was released on cable TV. Okay. Released on cable, came in two parts. That's the closest they ever got because it went from Michael's birth, Joseph and Catherine meeting, getting married, having children, having Michael be born, seeing Michael grow up before he hit it big. He hit it big with the Jackson 5, then goes off to do solo work. Ends up getting the Pepsi burn. Then goes does recovery at home. Then goes on the victory tour. And that's where it ends. Searching for Neverland goes into the later part of his life after the 2005 trial, where Michael feels like he's paranoid because he can't go anywhere, can't do anything, therefore he has to hire bodyguards and all of that. There's no way that Michael's life can be told in 2 hours. I know that there's cooperation from his estate, but I honestly do not want to see any more MJ biopics. What I want, and I'm pretty sure fans will agree, I want concert footage that has never been released. I want behind the scenes footage from music videos. I want more interviews from that were never released or never seen the light of day or outtakes or something. I want to see Michael as himself as he was when he wasn't on stage. I want to see him talk, give interviews, old interviews, re-release those with behind the scenes footage. Give us unreleased music that is actually him, that hasn't been tinkered with. Because some of the demos that I've heard on YouTube with various MJ channels showing us these demos are a lot more creative than what Sony has put out, that they put out in 2014. Okay. Those were all remixes. Yes, it was Michael's voice, but those were all rehashed, remixed. Some of them were good, others not so much. But that's just me. But I don't know if I can handle another MJ biopic. I honestly I don't know. I don't know. And it's just me. I don't know if it's just me or if anybody else agrees, but I can't handle Michael being seen as a freak, because Michael was not a freak. Michael was a human being. Michael was an artist. Michael was a humanitarian. Michael wanted to be loved, to be appreciated, and he never got that in his life while he was here on earth. Now that he's no longer here, we're giving him all the love and nourishment and kindness that he desperately wanted in life while he was here, and he never got it. Now we have impersonators like Fabio, whom I absolutely love. Shout out to you, sir. You're doing absolutely wonderful. I appreciate you. Trapson, Michael Trapson, you're doing great. Thank you for your hard work and just being you, but bringing your own touches to Michael's legacy. And Navi, thank you for staying true to who you are and who you were during Michael's lifetime, and being there and being present and showing him support when he needed it. You guys are my three main favorite tribute artists. I don't know what I'd do without you. If I forgot any more tribute artists, please leave them in the comments so that I can MJ tribute artists their due and shout them out the next time I do a live. Um, the thing too is too, I might as well say this. I know MJ fans are getting mad because Fabio looks like Michael, but he's not Michael. You gotta understand, every tribute artist you see, whether it be Fabio, Michael Trapson, Nabe, they all have their own way of paying homage to Michael. They all have one thing in common. They want to continue his legacy. That's what we all want. They're not trying to replace Michael. Michael's irreplaceable. They're continuing his legacy since Michael's no longer physically here. Okay, that to certain fans may not make sense and you may not like it, but it comforts me, believe it or not. It comforts me during difficult times, because I went and I listened to Michael nonstop as a youngster, as a 9 year old. I've been here for a long time, and I haven't gone anywhere. Even when the allegations were out, the second set of allegations were out, I had people trying to deter me from Michael as a human being, as an artist, as a humanitarian, and I never left, and I'm still here. And I want to give a shout out to the fans that have been here, and haven't left. No matter how many times a person or a group of people have tried to deter you from him, because he means something to us. We can now pass it on to our children, and they can pass it on to their children. Say, this is who my parents listened to when they were kids. All right. Um, this is just my 2 cents, and I understand I'm not gonna have a whole lot of backing on this, and that's fine. But I don't know if I can deal with another MJ related biopic, because the the ones I've seen, minus Searching for Neverland and the Jackson's American Dream, the ones after those that were MJ related were crap. Were crap. Because it painted him as a freak. It painted him like he couldn't even be human. Like he couldn't make mistakes like the rest of us. Because he was under the glare of the spotlight. But that's just me. People are gonna agree to disagree with me, and that's fine. But this is just my 2 cents. You know, I love the man. I've always loved him. I wish you would give thank you to all the tribute artists that are present, that have been around, that have been doing their job, and haven't stopped doing what they do. All right, I appreciate you guys. Please stay safe. Please, MJ fans, please stop being toxic. Okay. All right. I know it's hard. I know you don't want to deal with trolls. You don't have to deal with the trolls. You can just block them and move on. All right. I'm going to end it right there. Love you guys. Bye.